Morning, soap. Morning, folks. It's already been a bit of a zoo this morning, even at this time of the morning. Anyhow, Clubman shaving soap here. This is what I'll be using this morning. I've been able to, I haven't bought this in a while because I found it on sale at CVS a while back, and it was like $3 container. So I wiped the shelf out. Didn't leave anything on the shelf. And for me, the scent, I smell it. My nose picks it up. I don't know what it smells like. To me, it doesn't smell like Clubman the aftershave or Clubman vanilla. And but I get told, it smells like Clubman. Some think it smells like vanilla. I don't know. Anyway, for me, it's a good one to. I just matched it up with the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement. This one is the uh, Lime Ice Sage. This one here is not made anymore, but I did find an older posting describing what the scent was, and I guess you might say the best that somebody could. And it is, to me, they did a good job. Anyhow, I got that information down below describing the scent of the aftershave, as well as a website if you're wanting to hunt this down. I think the going price on that website was like $6, and this is a 2 ounce container, so $3 an ounce. It just depends. Myself, I would hunt it down, wait for it to go on sale. In other words, hunt it down that way. I've got it whipped up here with a brush. It's a Yaqi brush. It's got a synthetic knock 24 millimeter. This is definitely wet. You can kind of see it moving there. It is. I got it good and hydrated. Like I say, I can smell it. My nose just cannot sort it out. But this this brush handle, show you again. That brush handle right there goes pretty good with this razor as it goes for color. This is a good humor razor, and I know you're probably not going to be able to see it, but it says it right there at the end of the handle there. This is a two-piece design. I have shaved with one similar to this. It's just different color from the last time, but it's got a metal cap there. The rest of this is plastic, but it is a two-piece design. These were sold through JCPenney's for a quarter back in the 30s. 1932, 36. Matter of fact, I got some more information down below from a website where somebody had one of these for sale, and that was the information that he could gather up. And anyhow, I got some of that down below. And the blade of choice is going to be a Treet Platinum. And this particular, for those that like to see that sort of thing, tells you not to wipe the blade, leave it in the razor, especially if you're a daily shaver. I kind of halfway understand that. And it does come double wrapped for those that like that sort of thing. For me, I know it's, yeah, that little extra effort, the packaging, where it looks nice and I guess you might say premium, if you will, instead of just a plain white wrapper, nothing on it, and a blade that you can't see what the label is. This one here, they do a good job of labeling it. I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning, so I'll get started with the, matter of fact, you can kind of see the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement. This is the ice cube. You see how much I've already used since I started using this cube. The E is almost gone. But anyway, yes, the first 2 days this week, Monday and Tuesday, was in the office. We finally got back to the office after 2 years. And the game plan is just for us to go to the office for 2 days, and then the rest of the work week we spend at the house working from home. And at some point in time, I think the idea is supposed to increase from 2 days to 3 days. And some of us are thinking that it might actually go back to 5. Who knows? But anyhow, whenever they make up their mind, I'm sure they're going to let us know. But the first 2 days, the first day, of course, I knew it was going to have some sort of computer issue because what my computer connects to has been flaky ever since I got it. There's this thing, it's called they refer to it as a docking station. It looks more like a cube. It's just about that big, and it's got a wire hanging out of it. Anyway, that thing, I went through, I don't know how many of them. Just never really worked all that well. Always quitting, having issues. And of course, day one, yeah, it was having issues. So end up getting something different in order to connect all the devices to my laptop and so on and so forth. So yeah, it was fun the first day. Trying to make sure that I can still connect to the printers at work. And it eventually worked out, but in the beginning it was really frustrating because I was trying to troubleshoot, what was going on so I know what I needed to do. I was pretty sure it was that stinking cube docking station that it was not wanting to work well for me. So I got something different. Now everything's working well at work, but now I'm back at the house. Tried to do some rewiring this morning. Oh man. All the cabling and everything. Decided I was going to try to do that since I had things already unplugged. Oh, that was so much fun this morning. All right, here we go. Like I say, this particular shaver was back in the 30s, sold through JCPenney's. Conrad is the company that most people think that made this razor because they're very close to the same look and design of a Conrad, if you will. They do look very similar, but I haven't taken the time. I know there's a website somewhere that'll go ahead and break things down for you. In other words, how much is a quarter worth, from 1930s to today. I do have one that says it's got 25 cents on the sticker from JCPenney's, which I thought was just the box itself, which is cool. That is just awesome. It's not every day that you get a box with the price on there and from back in the day, because most anything we get nowadays does not have a sticker on it. So you're not going to get much information in the way of pricing or even what store it was at, like it used to be back in the day. As it goes for the shaver itself, for me it shaves just fine. The cap does add some weight to it. I think the information that I looked up, like I say, it's down below. I think it's 27 grams is what it weighs. Not a whole lot. Could make for a good travel razor. I know yesterday, getting ready for work, decided to go with the Shavette shave. I didn't realize when you're off camera, not talking, and you're just actually, how can you say, getting busy with your shave, how quick and easy a Shavette shave is. You get focused on what you're doing, and it takes no time at all. I think I may have got this is pretty drippy. A little bit too wet maybe. Just maybe. It's pretty wet. For me, this works, especially for a Shavette shave, it works fine. But I know for some folks, they like to see a thicker lather than this. You can kind of tell. It's wet and it's slick. I have to say, this soap, I have not had any trouble with it. With slickness, if there was anything that anybody had to complain about, at least especially from my standpoint, I can't figure out what the sin is. It smells pleasant. I mean, I don't find it off-putting. It's just fine. I just can't ever figure out what the smell is, what the scent. I say the smell. That make it sound bad, huh? No, it doesn't smell bad. At least not for my nose. But I decided to match it up with this particular scent of Lime Ice and Sage. Sage, that's what I was after this morning. Because I already knew that I was going to be working on the some of the rewiring. Kind of thought it might be a little tricky. It happens when you're trying to do something in short amount of time, you know it's not going to work well. Things are going to go wrong. I'm looking at this cable like, what does this one go to? I can't remember. You know, when you set it up over 2 years ago, and the mass of cabling that's behind everything, trying to work it all out. I eventually got everything back up and running. It's not wired like I anticipated. Had envisioned this, grand plan, and oh no, it did not work out like that. It smells so familiar, so it's got to be something that I've been using in the past in the way of an aftershave that it smells like. I just can't put my finger on what it is. But like I say, I have no problem with this slickness. Yeah, I did get carried away on the water, didn't I? Just a little bit drippy. Now for me, the Treet Platinum and this razor is a pretty good matchup. I wouldn't say this razor is aggressive. Maybe the upper end of mild, maybe. There's just a little bit of blade feel, not a whole lot. And also take in consideration, it'd be hard to know exactly how sharp those blades were back in 1930. So you might understand why some of these were designed the way they were. Those blades back then, if they weren't too terribly smooth shaving, that a razor designed like this to be more or less on the mild side, but on the upper end, almost a medium. For some folks, it might be a medium, but I would say on the lower end of the spectrum. Excuse me. I don't feel that blade feels overwhelming or anything like that. Just a little bit there, just to let you know that it's there, but easy to use. Another reason why I think it'd be a good travel razor is because that way you're not having to focus so much about your shaving. If things are, how can you say, rather stressful on your trip, you got to hurry up and get your shave on and get out the door and get to the meeting or whatever the case might be. It would be an easy one to use. Wouldn't have to worry too much about nicks, cuts, weepers. Just match it up with a blade that you can depend on. Got a little bit of stinging here and here, but that's it. Treet Platinum, I would think is if you ever tried one of Treet's blades, I would say that would be a pretty good blade to start with. The Treet Falcon is a carbon blade, and it may not be everybody's cup of tea. It works well for me. I was really surprised. It's one of the few carbon blades that work well for me. Most of them do not. There's not very many at all. Matter of fact, there's not that many that's made like that anymore, but most of the carbon blades don't work well, but the Treet Falcon does work well for me. I was really surprised. But the Platinum seems to work pretty well. As it goes for a shave feel in comparison to another blade, I would say it's kind of sort of close to a Crystal, maybe even a Persona. Maybe I would put it in the same category. It's not going to be an exact match by any means, but they come relatively close. All right, for those folks that missed out on this, I got this a while back. It does the sage. It's very much present. My nose does pick up the lime. And of course, the ice part, in other words, it being methylated. It's not over the top by any means. It's just enough to let you know that it's there. But the sage, that's the one that my nose really picks up first. It notices the sage first, and then later on the lime. Great scent. it won't be for everybody. Sage, yeah, that won't fit with everybody's nose, but it works wonders for mine. It To me, it's kind of a calming effect, almost like lavender. It's just a different kind of scent, though. I had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.